and welcome to the Gamesline podcast. I'm John. I'm here. And gaming has occurred at a rate never before seen, I feel like. Rose, you're here.
Hi, I am here. I guess it has been, really. I mean, you got your little toy, huh?
Not just that. I just mean, like...
General?
I feel like... Yes, but I just feel like with the current happenings that have happened in Fortnite, it is overwhelming. Like it truly feels like the world has changed, and we are just having to catch up. You know?
Yeah, no, I get you. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to absorb. I feel like no one's even talking about old Snake. You know, really.
That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing. The fact that they put Solid Snake in Fortnite. Or I guess just Snake, because, you know, it's like it's basically the Smash Bros. Snake, where it's like the MGS2 sneaking suit, and he's got the Naked Snake beard, but yeah, he's also got an old Snake skin, which is pretty cool. But no, it's that is completely eclipsed by Peter Griffin.
Yeah,
they put Peter Griffin in Fortnite. They had to make him skinny to fit the hitboxes, which is very funny. It's so stupid. They had to release a cartoon to show that he drank slurp juice, and that's what made him buff.
They had
to do it. I don't fucking know. It's insane. It's very funny that... Look, I'm not gonna defend a lot about Family Guy, but I will say it is very funny that his glider is the Peter Copter, and when you kill him, he does the thing on, like when he falls on his knee, he does that. That's pretty funny. I think that
I feel like every week I discover, not you specifically, just the general like populace based on all these memes. Like everyone has. I feel like, I guess it's just because South Park is just so bad that by comparison Family Guy just seems tame. But it's like, I feel like I just learned like, oh, people have fondness for Family Guy.
I don't know if I have this... I don't think I have fondness for Family Guy.
You have a recognition?
I have this ironic sort of attachment to it where it's just like, I don't actually think about anything that really happens in the show as funny per se. I just like see Peter Griffin and I'm just like, that's a character that I can imagine getting into funny activities.
I'm calling to mind, I think specifically the tweet that's like what was it? It was like, I feel like the people have access to an alternate version of Family Guy where they all dress up in catty outfits or whatever all the time.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's just haunting.
I'm just imagining Peter getting into like fun adventures and not like racist ones.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. That's just me. Like, because the thing is too, is it's just like those characters are not even like static at all. Like it's just like you see any clip or something that anyone posts, and it's just like those characters act differently just depending on what the joke they want to tell is. It does not. There is no continuity. It's not like, you know, oh, Homer Simpson has these very specific traits, which, like, you know, you can say have changed over the years because of different writers and like a lower quality of writing and all that. But I mean, you know, like the consistent years of The Simpsons, you could say Homer acts pretty similar. But Peter Griffin, it's just like, oh yeah, in one scene Peter's gonna like say something horrible, and in the next scene he's gonna be like legitimately trying to be like against racism for some reason. But it's just because it's funnier that he does that. I don't know.
I don't know. We've been watching a lot of the old Simpsons recently because one of my girlfriends has never seen it ever. We're on like season 3 now. Gotta say, pretty good.
Yeah.
They make them. I feel like you say, the consistency helps with that. But honestly, more than anything, it's like, I feel like the average Family Guy joke is very... They're both referential humor more than anything is the thing, but the Simpsons ones are like insane references, like all the time.
Yes.
Whereas the absurdity in the Family Guy one feels like from the skit they want to create from the reference more than anything. It feels like.
Yeah. So again, I don't I'm not fully sure because again, it has been a very, very long time since I've actually like watched Family Guy. Like, it was I've never sat down and seeked out Family Guy. It was just like, oh, my brother put it on the TV in our shared bedroom, and he had to have the TV on to go to sleep. That kind of shit. And so I will say, just from what I've gathered, it seems like the earlier episodes had again a bit more consistency, because I think that was when Seth MacFarlane was still like caring about it, because I don't think he really cares anymore, because he's just like doing the Orville now, because he's just like, oh, they're letting me do a Star Trek, okay. So, you know, like yeah, a lot of those references are really like specific and stuff, but it's because it's stuff that he cares about. Like, he loves show tunes so much. There's a bunch of skits that are just, oh, I just am having one of my characters sing an old show tune. Yeah. Like, that's all the joke is. And it's like, they're not going to do that anymore, because, like, you know, that's not something that he cares about. So I don't know. Like I think like old Simpsons is very much like, yeah, those guys in that writer's room, they're just cracking jokes about the old dumb shit that they like. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's absolutely what it is. Like, comedy is good when it's, you know, when you obviously give a shit about what you're joking around about. Like, I absolutely think that's an easy thing to say, but it's also true. Anyway, I think that they need to add the other guys from the Clam in. You should have a full squad with Peter, Joe, Cleveland, and Quagmire. They should all be going together. I mean, you know, there's obviously the complication. Like, are they gonna make Cleveland buff? Are they gonna like give Joe like robot legs or whatever just to make all their hitboxes the same? Obviously, in a perfect world, I think that, you know, they should have just kept the characters the same, because, you know, like, if you're playing as Peter Griffin, I don't think that you should be playing to win. I think you should be playing to be Peter Griffin, you know? But I don't fucking know. Or alternatively, I think that they should just have the Fox Dads squad, where they could have Peter and then Homer, Hank Hill, and Bob Belcher. I think that should be like that would be a good squad too. I'm a little surprised they haven't put Homer in Fortnite yet, now that I say that.
I was literally just Googling to check right now if that was true. And no, yeah, that's stunning. But also, I would say, like, I feel like opinion on modern The Simpsons is at the lowest maybe it could ever be.
There's like this weird upswing, I feel, where there's like there's like an underlying amount of people who are like, oh no, Simpsons is actually good right now. But it's one of those things where it's like, right above those people, there's like 3 times more people being like, shut the fuck up, no it isn't, and they just don't even want to check, because they're just like, I don't believe you.
I mean, the last episode I must have watched, that must have been 10 years ago, the last time I watched one or something, and it was pretty dire, I will say that. So I just feel like I've seen a lot of people be like, actually, it got worse even earlier than you think, and stuff like that, or whatever.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'll be honest, I have not sat down and watched like full seasons of The Simpsons. I will just like catch it when it's on and be like, oh, that was a great one, you know, like that kind of thing. I might eventually just like sit down and watch like the whole swath of like the classic ones or whatever.
Genuinely, like we've been ruining it. It's great. I really recommend it.
Yeah, no,
the first season is like, you know, a little like, because they don't really know what they're doing yet, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
And then like season 2, you just gradually start seeing them like unleash their power limiters, and it's like it's kind of like astounding, honestly, because like you go from like you know, hey, our joke is we're playing on the format of a family TV show, and then just like the places they go just consistently. Like, I think like it really was just, I was like, man, they're just doing banger after banger, when there's an episode where it's just like, what's the lesson from this episode? I don't know. And then they just start listing all the things that happened that episode, trying to figure out what was the lesson. And they're like, maybe the lesson is sometimes there is no lesson.
But yeah, I mean, I want to. God, I'm just like imagining like Hank Hill's like loadout.
I'm stunned he's not in it, honestly. But
yeah, he would have like would he just have like a spatula or something? Like what like item would he have? I'm trying to think. His back bling would probably be like a Strickland propane tank, I would think. And he would like and his like glider would be like his mower. That'd be pretty good. Oh my god, I need to shut up.
Dude's they're gonna fucking take you down to Tomato Town and they're gonna blow you up.
They are. I've never played Fortnite. I don't want to play Fortnite still. I'm good. I think the reason why I find Peter Griffin being in Fortnite so funny is because Family Guy and Fortnite actually share very similar parts of my brain where like I don't actually interact with them and I just kind of imagine things about them to make it funny.
Sure. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, so having those two overlap, it's like, okay, now I can imagine all these stupid things that are happening in Fortnite, and Peter Griffin is there, and he's also buff because of hitboxes.
I watched. So like I've never played Fortnite. I watched Northern Lion was playing that damn classic mode or whatever they did recently,
right.
And just seeing gameplay of that again, I was just how do people play that game? It's the scariest game I've ever seen in my life. It's the scariest game ever. It's just like you watch a man just create a tower out of nothing. Like,
yeah, the only stuff that I have seen, like I've mostly just seen some of my friends playing it, and they only really play in no build, and that seems like the most normal way to play. Like if I were to play, it would be in no build, just because like every time I see any sort of footage of original ass Fortnite with the building, it's the scariest thing in the world. It's just and they're just building up, and I'm like,
there was just something about him like looking through a sniper scope, and there's just a guy running on a cliff, and he goes to shoot him, and he's just manifested literally a 3-story building like instantly, and it's just like, what are you supposed to do about that? I don't like it.
Nothing. Die, I guess. Yeah. I don't.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it does. It definitely feels like that. I mean, no, yeah. I don't know fucking shit about Fortnite. So I mean, they had a big event. Yeah, they had a big event. They again, I think it's very funny that it's like watching this from the outside because there's a bunch of people just being like, yeah, the new season just launched, but I can't play it because they're forcing everyone to watch an Eminem concert. So everyone just had to sit there and watch the concert instead of being able to actually play the game.
The Fortnite events is so baffling to me, but like I keep thinking about it's fucked what they did to Bandcamp, but I'm always thinking about like what were their plans with Bandcamp? Did they think they were gonna like do some sort of insane Fortnite thing? Like what? I know they're just turning the game into Roblox now also, but
yeah, because I will say, I think they were kind of planning on using it for one of the things that they're releasing, because okay, I guess this is actually part of the news here we could talk about. They did confirm that they're doing some other things. Yeah, they're doing a Lego version of Fortnite, which I think is just Fortnite, but they're Legos. I'm not sure what other things
I don't know.
Are included.
That trailer for it was literally a fetish video. I don't know if you saw the trailer for Lego Fortnite.
I didn't. It's
26 seconds long. It's like this like lady, and she just like finds a Lego brick and she picks it up, and then she like turns into a minifigure. But like the way it's structured is like the damn like dropping the book bimbo meme. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. I did just see one. I just see one, and it wasn't really as fetishy. It was just like the fish guy, and he like
that doesn't
just falls into his
that
hand.
sounds normal.
Yeah. Fortnite news. Okay, yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's like a Save the World is still being updated. You know what? At the very least, I respect that they have not completely like left that in the dust.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they're still updating that's nice. Yeah, it's just Lego styles for outfits.
All right.
All 1,200 outfits now have a Lego style in addition to their Fortnite style.
That's insane.
Yeah, that is fucking crazy. Okay, so yes, so I guess Lego Fortnite is a separate thing. Let me see if there's something that says like how it plays. I wanna be truthful. Oh my god, let me just look at the fucking website. Oh my god. Okay, what is it? Match made in Fortnite game introducing an epic new adventure of Lego bricks drop into a world of unlimited imagination and llamas. Okay, so I guess they haven't really said what it is. It's just it looks like there's going to be like okay, I think there's going to be more like PvE stuff. It seems like it's going to be like a team survival PvE thing. Okay. That seems nice, especially for kids. I'm sure that'll be nice. That'll be fun. And you know what? I will also say a lot of these characters, like Fortnite. I don't hate Fortnite's art style, but a lot of these characters are a bit more like charming in minifigure form. I will say.
Everyone loves Chibi.
I do, yeah. And they're also doing a like Fortnite racing game that is being made by the Rocket League team. I think it's just called like Fortnite Rocket or something like that. And they're also doing Fortnite Festival, which I think is that big like music thing that they're doing. I'm gonna see if they like full on explain. Yeah, it's by Harmonix. So Fortnite Festival is a new music game where players can play in a band with friends or perform solo on stage with hit music by their favorite artists. Yeah, they don't really have any like exact details on like how it's played, but yeah, they're just saying like there's gonna be a full ass Harmonix rhythm game in Fortnite now. Which I mean, sure, you know, like. That's probably what they were planning on doing at Bandcamp, but I feel like at some point they might have just been like, wait a minute, we didn't buy the rights to a bunch of like popular music. We got a bunch of indie music. Nobody's gonna want to no children are gonna want to play this in Fortnite Festival. You know, like, I mean, you know, like that just seems like a weird acquisition. Like that seemed like them being like, oh, don't worry, we're gonna have so much music on hand, and it's just like music that people are gonna listen to when they're 12 years old and, you know, and they want to listen to, like, Lil Yachty or whatever.
Yeah.
I have no fucking idea. But yeah, I guess that's the Fortnite update. Yeah, I'll let you know if my friends play it and I see it, and then I can tell you what's up, because I'm not gonna play it.
I won't either.
Rose,
probably.
what have you been? But Rose, what have you been playing instead of Fortnite?
Instead of Fortnite,
what have you been getting into? Yes.
All sorts of things, John. Real quick, not too much, because I know you played. You played Spider-Man 2 as well, right? Yes.
I 100%ed it. Yes.
Okay, me as well. I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. I'm sure you've already talked about it on this podcast enough, so I just wanted to.
Not really.
No, really.
Only a little bit.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Like, I mean, maybe a bit, but I think I was the only one who was really playing it at the time, so I didn't really get to bounce off of anybody. So please, let us speak on Spider-Man 2.
I was gonna say I generally liked Spider-Man 2 quite a bit, honestly.
As did I.
I think the main thing that really sells it to me is after I played Alan Wake, which I'll talk about later a little bit. The main thing that I keep thinking is just, you know, we always talk about how stagnant the AAA gaming space is, and like how much open world games are so just the same all the time. And I think like Spider-Man 2 is very much like Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales, but it's like, here's the thing, just having the traversal of Spider-Man really does just make an open world fun. It really does. Like,
God,
it's ridiculous.
Like I started doing fast travel like near the end of the game just to like get a few of the like sprinkled around items and stuff, but like I want to say like 85% of that game just web swinging, and
you just go.
The glide is such a great addition. It feels so good,
and the wind tunnels with them and everything. Like,
I was skeptical because I was just like, I don't know, are they going to make it feel like, is it going to like invalidate the swinging? And it didn't at all. It complemented. I was just like, I would be swinging for 1 second, and then I would start gliding, and I would start swinging again, and it felt great. Oh my God. Yeah. Just, it felt so good. And I did go into the options and turn down some of the like assist stuff, because with the assist turned off, it feels exactly
I did also
like Spider-Man 2. like Spider-Man 2 PS2 fucking like movie game. It is perfect. And going around playing with those options and unlocking the Raimi suit, I was like, man, I don't want to be too nostalgia driven, but it felt right. It felt capital R right when I was playing as Peter to have that Raimi suit on, web swinging around, feeling like that. Cool game, but yeah, definitely some criticisms. What were your big complaints? I suppose I would say for you.
So I had two main. Most of it's related to the writing. I think, like, gameplay wise, I had like nothing. Honestly, like I loved everything about the gameplay. I thought adding the parry really sealed the deal on that moveset that they started with Miles Morales having and stuff like that. Like that was perfect. All the moves are great for both of them. The symbiote stuff is awesome. The Doc Ock arms are fun too. Like yeah, just all that stuff's great. But the thing that got me, I think, mainly was so there's two main things. The first one is just the coherence of the plot, or not the coherence so much as the continuity, the like, what's the word I want to use? Just like the through line. There's like very little through line between events happening. It felt like 90% of the time. Like it was just sort of like boom, boom, boom. We're just sort of doing things. Like I think the moment I really sat back and was like, they are just like firing off now, huh? Was when Scream appears.
I kind of liked that in a sense.
I like it, but it was just so like sudden and over immediately. Yeah.
It was one of those things where, like, I was talking to my roommate about this too, where like it felt like they wanted to do the thing in comic books where characters get in a fight and are like hashing out their problems in the middle of the fight. Like that's a very comic book thing. So I get what they were trying to do with that, because they were just like, yeah, how can we make it so Peter and Mary Jane could like fight without it being, you know, weird. So it's just like, yeah, let's I threw spoilers out there already. I guess we could put a spoiler warning before all this stuff. Yeah, okay. Here. Yeah, just Lorelai, when you edit this, just tell people that we're going to be talking spoilers to Spider-Man 2. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, they wanted to make it so like there was a good way to have them have an all-out brawl sort of thing, you know, like, and I think that's something that they do in comics here and there. And I think in that aspect it was interesting and it was well done, because yeah, they were able to hash out their differences, and it moved her character forward and it moved his character forward as well. But then yeah, it's also just like, yeah, then she's just done with it. Like what if in the DLC or something, maybe she just gets the Scream symbiote back and she just does cool shit with it. I don't know. That would be cool. I don't know. I'm just saying shit. But no, I completely understand. Yeah, where there are a lot of things that just kind of get introduced and then they are used and then it's just gone.
Yeah, and it was just like, I think it was just more like I didn't mind that aspect of it so much as just like things just happen just toward like in the back half of that game, that it just felt like reading that report recently of saying like they cut out Miles' symbiote arc from it, answered a lot of questions I had, basically, let's say, about it, where I was just like, all right, because it's like Miles does basically nothing in this game. Like realistically, like he's just there. I like him still as a character. It's just he doesn't really have an arc going on. And I think I also wanted Venom to be a little more jokey. I wanted a more jokey Venom. But I don't have anything necessarily wrong with a more serious Venom, you know? But it was just very accelerated. Like, yeah, they don't explain the whole city all of a sudden is covered in symbiotes. Like, all right, I guess the symbiote can just do that now. Sure, whatever.
For Venom not being jokey, my theory is just that, like, because I think Insomniac has already said, like, people are asking them if they're gonna do like a Venom spin-off or whatever, and they're being like, oh, I'll keep making noise and all that. So I mean, I guess they might.
Yeah.
My theory is that when they do that, they'll probably just have Eddie Brock come in, and then he'll be more jokey then.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing was that Harry was very.
He's a serious. Yeah, he's the sad yaoi.
He's a serious guy. Yeah, he's extremely yaoi. It's a very that game is extremely yaoi.
I couldn't believe they said "I love you" at the end. I was like, holy hell.
Yeah, it's fucking yaoi as hell. It's great. There was an interview with Harry's actor where he was just straight up like, we played it up on purpose. We wanted it to be gay as hell.
Yeah, I was like the sickos outside the window when I read that interview.
Yeah. But no, I agree with you a lot about that. And yeah, I do feel kind of bad about like Miles's part in it, because he's not completely useless. But
no,
he definitely just still feels like he was just kind of there to lead up to the third game.
Yeah, like, oh, you're Spider-Man now.
Yeah, that is 100% what it like. The third game is like, okay, yeah, he's the Spider-Man now because Peter is like all but retired basically, and maybe in the third game like Peter will come back for like a little thing or whatever, but they're setting it up so it's like, okay, this is Miles, he's going to be the Spider-Man, and then they also introduce the girl that's going to be Silk. So that's probably going to be like the second character in the third game or whatever. Which, that's cool. I don't know anything about Silk except for the one thing that everyone was yucking it up about, which I very much don't think they're going to have in the game. Because if they do, someone's gonna start beating the shit out of people at Insomniac. So I doubt that they'll do it. I mean, Insomniac seems very normal. I don't think.
Yeah, they're very normal
like that. But yeah, it's just it definitely just seemed like a very transitory thing where they kind of had to focus on Peter more because this was kind of the accumulation of his story, and for Miles it was just kind of like, I'm here, I'm involved, and I have my own thing, but it's also just like his thing is just, I gotta write a 200-word fucking paragraph for college, and it's like, man, just like do that. Like,
yeah,
it'd take you like half an hour. I'm sorry.
Or just get
like,
someone
what?
else to do it. I don't know. Like anything. That was my big thing, was just like him being like I was just thinking like, my thing with Peter always is Peter wants to be a STEM dude, and it totally makes sense why he would stress about school and so say that situation. Miles wants to be a music guy. And I'm not going to dismiss music education at all. No, it's totally valuable, but it's like, dude is already Spider-Man. I feel like he could just be Spider-Man and make music, or like any, like there's just a lot of options. My other big thing was just, I think Kraven sucks in this game, and I want, and my reasoning is mainly, dude has an army, like, just firebombing New York all the time, and no one gives a shit. And it really just, like, throws off the tone for me when I was, like, going around doing stuff at the beginning of the game. Of just, like, dog, they are, like, breaking in everywhere. They're blowing up the zoo. They're blowing up the fucking, the, like, public parks, the museums, like, all these places. And people are just walking down the street fine going, hey. Like, it was just such a... I hate to say the word, but ludonarrative dissonance, like, extremely, of like, I understand why they wanted to escape the Spider Cop stuff in the first game, because it was really bad, but it's like, they instead just made cops and like the National Guard, anything, like, just not exist at all, and it just felt insane. Couple that with like them going, thank God we saved everyone every single time. It was like, this is insane.
Yeah. Oh, sorry to interrupt, but we got some breaking news here, folks.
Okay.
The next Guilty Gear Strive character is seemingly leaked.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, it's Elphelt.
Oh, thank God. All right, well, friend of the site,
Elphelt's back.
former former contributor Zach.
Congratulations
God bless
to Zach.
America.
Yeah. Congratulations to Zach. Their main has returned, it seems. God bless. Oh, I think she's gonna have like an idol motif because she's got a microphone. That's cute. I felt it's cute. I'm happy for her. Happy she's back. But yeah, so Spider-Man. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. It's like I have my slight complaints about the game for sure. I mean, I liked that what they did like with Craven, like again, yeah, you're right that like the response from the city is crazy, but I did like, you know, like the whole like Craven's Last Hunt is is a great like concept for him, I think. So I thought that was well done for this game. But you know, they got stuff going on.
Yeah. I still liked like most of the stuff. It was just like the whole vibe was just crazy the whole game, and it felt like at times they were just throwing out like weird character arcs for the sake of it. Like Yuri especially as Wraith was like felt nuts, and it's like, I get it, you're setting up Carnage, but you know, I still really like the game. Like I said, the gameplay is like perfect. Basically, that new webline thing, beautiful stuff. Yeah, it was.
It is very funny that it's just like, oh, nobody looks up.
Yeah, nobody looks up. But also,
it's fun. It's
really fun. Yeah, exactly.
Fun.
I'm really curious to see the Wolverine game now, especially. My thing is like that I've been saying recently after watching my wife play Ratchet and Clank and seeing a bunch of other stuff from them in recent times is like, Insomniac's just good. They're a pretty good developer. Like in the AAA space, like they're the people who are still like want to try to do their funny little ideas, you know? And I respect the hell out of it. Especially because all of their games are just so smooth is the thing. Like you can just play them. Like there's no friction at any point. And you just sort of unlock everything and then you're like, all right, hey. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, like all the upgrades and stuff, it doesn't feel like, oh hey, we've been keeping cool things from you per se. It's just like, yeah, we're making the cool things you can already do better. And that's neat. Yeah, Spider-Man. That's cool. Let's see. Okay, so since we kind of mentioned fighting games, we could talk about something that people have been upset about with the DLC for Street Fighter 6. The third costumes that people have been waiting for are finally out. Each of the base roster characters got a new costume. A lot of them are really good. Like Marisa's got that wedding dress. I really like oh my god, I'm blanking on her name. The Kimberly. I really like Kimberly's ninja outfit. That's very cool. Everyone loves Juri's onesie. It is very good. Again, like, I am so glad that Capcom figured out that Juri, it shouldn't just be, like, another, like, standard, like, femme fatale. She needs to be a complete, like, girl failure that's trying to be a femme fatale, and that is so much better. They finally figured out Juri, and it's great.
Yeah.
Zangief's got his well-read glasses and suit. He looks very dapper. Yeah, I think all of these costumes are solid. However, the problem is that they are doing the whole chestnut where you have to buy the in-game currency. You have to buy the real world money only currency, fighter coins. And each of the each costume is 300, but the only way that you can buy fighter coins are in packs of 250, 610, 1,250, and 2,750.
Microsoft points.
Yeah, so you have to buy. You would basically have to buy the second smallest, and then you would still have 10 left over to buy two, and you can't just buy one. So, like, if you just want to buy the one for your main, you can't do that. You'd have to buy two. You have to get enough fighter coins for two. it's, like, the price isn't necessarily the problem per se. I mean, they're a little expensive because, that second tier thing is $12. So $6 for a costume is a bit much, but that is kind of the going rate for like special costumes like that for Street Fighters. So people aren't really too upset about that. It is just the fact that they're forcing you to buy currency in these chunks that way. Like if they were just like, hey, it's up on the PSN store, each costume's $6, or you could pay this much for a bundle, that nobody would care. But it's the fact that it's in this scummy, nickel and dime, oh, you have to pay extra to even get one thing. That's shitty. Like, I do agree, that is shitty. I hope they change their mind. I hope they fix it. Cause, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm just like I'm looking. There's other fighting games that are doing shitty stuff like that as well too. Like Mortal Kombat recently got called out because I think they charged like $10-15 for a single like fatality or something, or a single costume or something. And they did correct it by just being like, all right, yeah, we're gonna make it so we're gonna bump the price down, but also everyone who bought the previous ones, they're gonna get the next like 5 of them for free. It's like, it's stupid that they had to do that in the first place, but they made up for it in a way. I hope Street Fighter changes the pricing on this. Like at the very least, just make it so $6 gets you 300 coins. Like just make it so you pay one price for one costume. Like it is fucking insane that they are that like extremely weird amounts. Like
I will say, like, for all the bangers that Capcom has been pumping out recently and being happy that they've sort of course corrected in a lot of major ways, their microtransaction stuff has just been getting worse and worse, straight up. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if you have seen, like, Monster Hunter charges you money to change your character now in Rise. Ugh. Like, they just started charging money for that for some reason. I think they started doing that in World, but in Rise it was like more of a deal, I guess. And it was just like charging money for like all of these different things that would have just been like unlockables in the past, and now it's just like with this it's the same thing of like, this would have been a $6 skin pack, right? In the past you would have just bought it. No, it's just like they see Apex Legends selling the $60 skins and they're like, we need to get in on this.
But yeah, I mean, here's the other thing too, is like they added other costumes too. Like they have all those like player costumes. They added those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles costumes that were for the player avatars, and four of those was $15. So that was cheaper than buying 4 of these costumes. So it's just, the pricing is just wonky and weird. And yeah, like this Polygon article that I'm looking at, it's pointing out that it is just like MK1. Yeah, they need to pull it back. They need to pull it back. Because people were really excited for these costumes. Like, that was something that a lot of people were, like, frustrated with Street Fighter 6, was just like, like, it's been a while, and, like, the characters coming out at a good pace, but also, people who've been sticking with the same character for a long time, they like to mix up the character design, so they want to have new costumes. And so, having to do all this, like, jumping through hoops to get to stuff like that just sucks. Let's see. Okay, we could keep it on Capcom here and talk about how Capcom has announced that they're going to keep making Resident Evil remakes.
Yeah.
Which,
cool.
Sure, yeah.
I think I said to you months ago that, I'm not going to complain about a Resident Evil 5 remake because I would love a co-op game like that again.
Yeah. I hope that they, I hope that they, change a lot of stuff about it. But I mean, it seems like they're lining up that they're going to change stuff about it. Like if the story goes how RE4 has set up, it's going to be different in most likely, good ways. I mean, I really want Code Veronica, just because that is like that weird, like, wonky game that is a bit hard to go back to. It would be cool, it would be cool if they did 0 eventually too. Like just bring them all to parity.
Yeah.
Like just.
I'm glad they also clarified that they're going to be like switching off. Like it'll probably be like Resident Evil 9 next or something. Is the next game, but then they'll do another remake after that or whatever. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which that's perfectly fine in my opinion. I think that is probably the way to go. I mean, that's how Pokemon does it, and that's I enjoy that quite a bit. I mean, when they're not killing themselves doing it. Or outsourcing it to people making the worst game ever made. That's a little mean, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I also just hope that they don't just focus only on Resident Evil, because people want fucking Dino Crisis. Like, people want Dino Crisis so bad, and I would be down with the Dino Crisis remake as well. I want to see what else they do, because like all the Resident Evils lately have been such bangers, no matter what. Like the actual new games and the remakes. Like, I still think the RE3 remake is good. Like, I definitely understand why people were. I understand why people were disappointed, but that is still an okay game.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is I'm gonna say what I said back then. Resident Evil 3 was not a good game. They made it a better game. Like, straight up.
That is...
Like, I do not... When people were like, oh, they cut out content of Resident Evil 3, I'm like, uh-huh. Oh, no. That's too bad. That's just my personal stance.
I'm gonna step away from that opinion. I'm gonna let you have it.
Yeah, that's fine. Listen, I fucking love stars as much as the next guy. But it was...
Nemesis is the shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something that might be controversial,
okay.
And you might get upset with me about it, but my opinion stands. I don't think it should be, like a priority, but I would be down if they did another Resident Evil 1 remake.
It needs to have tank controls.
I don't think it does.
It needs to have the diorama rooms.
It can have the diorama rooms, but I want it to have the same gameplay as the other remakes.
I just want it to have fixed camera. I love fixed camera.
I don't much care for fixed camera.
Ugh.
Look, if you care a lot about the fixed camera, then
you can go play the old one. I know you're Don Matrix selling me the Xbox.
No, but listen, what I'm saying is, I wasn't even saying I was just saying you can disagree with me. You could say no, it doesn't need a remake, and I'll say okay. I'm not gonna holler at you again, because there are other ones that I think should have priority. Because like 0 and Code Veronica and then 5, I think those ones are the ones that definitely need remakes more. I mean, if they want to do like Outbreak and Dead Aim too and make those like normal Resident Evil games, that would be very funny, and I would like that. But they're probably not going to. I don't know. I mean, I don't want it to be the priority, but if they're just like one day, just like, I don't know, fuck it, I'll be like, okay, sure. But I guess we'll see eventually what it will be, because I think that Dusk Golem guy has started like talking a little bit about them, their plans for Resident Evil 9. So it sounds like that's going to be the next thing. So there's that. One more news thing, and then you can talk more about what you've been up to, Rose, if you want.
Sure.
This is a smaller one, but I just want to talk about it. That Samurai Showdown series, you know it. You know those
Neo
fighting
Geo
games and associated type game consoles. There was an RPG that came out for it back in 97 on the Neo Geo CD. And there has finally been a fan translation. The game Shinsetsu Samurai Spirits Bushido Retsuden is now fully fan translated. There's a ROM hack on romhacking.net. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know how you emulate Neo Geo CD games. I'm guessing there is just an emulator.
I'd assume you could run it in a RetroArch core or something. I'd have to guess.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I guess. And it's an RPG. So you're going around doing RPG stuff with cutscenes and dialogue, but all the combat is done with fighting game inputs, so that's cute. And you can pick between 6 characters: Haomaru, Genjiro, Nakoruru, Cham Cham, Ukyo, and Galford Weller. So that's nice. You could pick your favorite character. And the basic story is the same, but there are just unique dialogue and cutscene stuff. And also the fan translation has added better stat boosting items and the ability to select alternate color palettes for the characters, which was in the code originally but was not implemented. So they implemented alternate colors for characters if you so choose. This seems really nice. It's something that has taken the hacker Moria mug a very long time. It started all the way back in 2007. So this is a very, very long project. He did say that he did pause working on it for a bit and then picked it back up last year. But it's out there. It's done. So if you want to check out a cool RPG, there you go. And I mean, I guess I should also mention, because, sort of a friend of the show sort of deal. Friend of mine, friend of the site. I gotta make sure that I get their, their Twitter name is @Bofa di Beppo.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Mod, who has done a lot of other fan translation stuff. I don't know if you've ever tried that JoJo 7th Stand User game.
Oh, no, but I have heard of it.
Yeah, they did the translation for that. So they also recently ROM hacked Hoshi wo Miru Hito, which is an infamously bad like Kusoge Famicom RPG.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. It was like one of those things where like there was a like half finished fan translation that never got finished, so they finally went back, finished it. It is playable completely, and that's on romhacking.net as well. Very, very, very good. Like I'm just gonna I'll say it, if anyone is ever gonna translate Sega Gaga, I hope it's Mod. I hope Mod does it. That's what I want to see. May have Mod on here sometime. I would love for that to happen. I gotta bug them about that more. Rose, tell me more about some games that you have been playing. What have you been getting up to?
Sure. Well, I don't have that much to say. Well, I'll just sort of hit a couple.
Sure.
I watched my wife play all of Last of Us. Good Lord, no! Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. God. Great game. Really good one. Really good Yakuza game.
I'm a little surprised about that.
I am too. I was not I was expecting it to. Here's the thing though. It's like a great Yakuza game that's short. So you just get a hit. You just get the hits all out. Genuinely, the first Kiryu story in I really like the Kiryu story in 5, where he's a sad taxi driver and everything. I thought that was really good for him, but I did not like 6 very much. I didn't like his story in the Kiwamis very much either. This is banger Kiryu story. Banger, especially the ending. It's so good. Setting up Yakuza 8 and everything. It really felt like they were like, no more are we going to do this weird thing where we sort of just ignore a lot of the story parts. Just we're going to cohesively talk about all that stuff, and we're going to introduce some fun new characters. We're going to give Kiryu new friends that he can hang out with that like him. They introduce this really killer not hacker girl, but gang organizer girl, I guess, for lack of a better word, who's really cool. She's really great. I just really liked it. It was just nice to watch it, and see that, like, the fighting especially. I know you've seen what the spy and Yakuza styles in that game, where you like switch between them.
A little bit, yeah.
It goes crazy when it's like you can just keep throwing cigarette bombs over and over again to just blow people up. Like, Kiryu gets jet boots that just let you fly around. And there's times where, like, you'll, like, beat enemy. Like, I was watching my wife play and just watching her, like, beat the generic, normal fights and stuff like that, and then just kick the jet boots on and then just fly away from the battle when she finishes the last guy on the jet boots. It was like, this is insane. But yeah, just really good game. I was really happy because I watched her play Ishin earlier in the year, and Ishin is fine. It's pretty good, but it is still an old game. This feels like a modern game. The cinematography especially, they really stepped it up, even from Yakuza 7, I think, of like just really good shots of Kiryu, just really good scene direction and like ideas of where you put the camera and stuff like that. Yeah, I was very happy to see it. I'm super excited for 8 now, because I love Ichiban, and now I'm like also like, all right, you know what? I'm fine with like this being maybe the actual last Kiryu game, 8. I think because I know you talked a lot about like how good the passing of the torch stuff in 7 was, and I don't disagree with like the Kiryu fight where it's fun and cool and like a nice bit to do.
But they have made it feel worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like I don't think 6 was a very good ending. I don't know if you've played 6.
I did. No, I played all the way through. I think I reviewed 6 for the site.
You did, yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
yeah, and yeah. No, I mean, I didn't think it was like
it's
dog
not bad.
Shit, but
No,
it was
no.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the weaker entries in the franchise for sure. So yeah, I could see why they were like, yeah, we want to give Kiryu a bit of a better ending here. Because yeah, like what I'm guessing they'll do is they'll just be like, yeah, like 8 will be Kiryu Dunzo forever, and then whenever 9 rolls around, that'll be the Ichiban show. Like, I feel like that'll finally be it.
It's just really cool to see in that game specifically, like towards the end they start doing the this is happening concurrently with Yakuza 7 or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But just especially the things of just like filling in all the stuff from Yakuza 7 that would have mattered more to Kiryu than Ichiban, and like just Kiryu stuff with his kids is that's really good. I really liked it a lot. I think they really captured the emotional core of Kiryu in that game a lot better than they have in recent times. Really showing him as like just this sad old man who has been through so many nonsense things.
God,
yeah, that was great. And while I was playing that, I was playing a game called The Last Faith, which is a Metroidvania. I wrote about this a little bit, and it was okay. I say okay. It has a very indefensible Switch port, which I'm seeing a lot more of recently. I've got to say, that's kind of disappointing. Because I feel like everyone just sort of like decided that, it's fine, the Switch runs bad. And it's like, okay, the Switch does run some things bad, but it should be able to handle a pixel art game. It should be able to handle Batman Arkham Knight, a game from 10 years ago. But apparently...
I mean, to be fair, PCs back 10 years ago couldn't handle Arkham Knight, but that was because the game itself, not the,
Yeah, so that's probably part of it, but it's just like, I feel like there's just been an increase in just really bad ports. But this game is like, it's very inspired by Bloodborne. There's a lot of like, you have guns. They love to have their Eldritch stuff. There's bullets. They have the wretched blood vial system. I don't even know if you know about that from Bloodborne. It's like the one major flaw of Bloodborne.
Right.
Where you have to grind for healing items. They put that in for some reason. It was one of those games where it was just like, you really like Dark Souls and Bloodborne, so you're just going to put in things from Dark Souls and Bloodborne everywhere.
Even the bad stuff.
Yeah, especially the bad stuff. I'm getting kind of annoyed. I know you've never been a fan of the Souls-likes in general.
Yeah.
But I've been getting kind of annoyed in general at the way that, like the reason I love Lies of P is that it was not doing any of this bullshit that all the Souls games do, where they're just obscure and vague and decide that it's good to not have a story or anything like that. Like, it's good to just say bullshit all the time, basically. Mm-hmm. Like, I know that it's the funny joke, haha, that, like, every NPC is a skeleton that laughs at you and doesn't explain anything, but it's like, we're on, like, game 30 of that in the genre, and it's just, like, it's exhausting to me. And this game definitely did that. It did this thing where it's just like, yeah, it's very hard to tell where to go because they just want to be vague about everything. Like, you just have to, they just sort of, I made a complaint thread about this on Twitter, but like, they just let you go at places you shouldn't be, like, all the time, and like really deep in, which is really bad for a Metroidvania. Cause like, the whole point of like a Metroidvania to me is that you're like going through, you notice like every now and again, oh, there's like a door that I can't open, or oh, there's a spot that's too high to reach. I'll get a power up probably, and then I can come back here.
I would hate that.
You hate that?
I would hate that. I always hate that.
Well, I just mean like as you're going through, you see that. This one like just lets you go through an entire area you're not supposed to be in. That's full of those. And
that's
then
even worse.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's just like I like being able to, like, when I think of like a good Metroid, they give you the damn beam, right? You know, you have the ice beam, and now you have to get out of this room with the ice beam, and then you go, oh, look, there was the ice beam door back there where you were, you know, like stuff like that. And it's like, okay, cool. There's like a through line here. You're directing me to the places you want me to go. And then I can explore for the more nitty gritty stuff. This is more like to literally advance the story. You have to like just go to places that don't make any sense. It's just like you beat the first boss of the game and they give you the ability to push blocks. Okay. That's the first Metroidvania power up. You can push blocks. Okay. So there's a spot right outside the starting area where you can push a block, and you think, okay, they probably want me to go here, right? Next, this is probably the next place they want me to go. And it's like, no, they don't. If you do that though, they still let you go like 36 blocks into the next area, even though you're not supposed to be there, and then stop me. And it's like, why did you let me go all the way? It just has like this really bad flow to it. And like I said, the main thing though was like I like a lot of things about the combat. Like it does have interesting combat by Metroidvania standards, which are not very high for combat. Let's say.
Yeah.
They had like, you know, every weapon that you can get like Dark Souls style, like there's a bunch of weapons or whatever, and they all feel different, which is cool. And they all have like special moves you can do, and like there's magic and spells that are cool. But really, like I said, the Switch port was just so bad, like really, really bad. It would drop to like single digit frames, if not like freeze altogether, in the later game areas when enemies start using spells at you and stuff like that. Anytime I used this one spell I liked that was really strong, it would just straight up freeze the game for like 20 seconds and then do everything really quickly back. It is not like this in the PC version, by the way, or the I think that's only the PC version. Yeah. The PC version just runs fine. When you open the map has lag when you're scrolling. Like, that's the level of performance issues this game has. And especially especially near the end where it starts crashing like all the time. They've released like 3 patches. One of the patches they had to do to add credits to the game, because on the Switch version, when you beat the game, and this happened to me because the update hadn't come out yet, it just does like a Windows Movie Maker scrolling of the studio name, like in the default Windows Movie Maker font.
Huh?
That was the whole credits when I beat the true ending 100% of the game. It was like crazy. And then I saw after the patch, they fixed the credits, and I saw it and I was like, okay, this is normal credits. What the hell was that?
What the fuck? Yeah,
it was really, I don't think it's very good. I would rate it like a 7 out of 7's generous, 6 out of 10 probably. Like I said, I still like parts of it, but it's like, and I think like a sequel could be really good if they nailed it, because I do think there's a place for good combat in a Metroidvania. I think someone could do that. I think, like there's games like Rabby Ribby, which sort of try to get into that. But that's a lot more focused on bullet hell stuff. This just felt more like, precision execution stuff. That was like fun, but not like overbearingly hard. It just has so many weird decisions and ideas, and it's just like consistently, because it's interjecting those Dark Souls and Bloodborne decisions without like any change or like any, like they put the fucking bridge where the dragon's blowing fire at you or whatever, literally just put that in this 2D side-scrolling game, and it was like, why did you do that? Weird. It was just a like very like, I can't even tell if you liked making this game type of thing, like
okay,
if you're just putting in I know that might sound extreme, but it's like, if you're just,
it felt like they were checking boxes.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like, oh well, we want to make a Dark Souls game. What do we do? You just put that whole thing in, put the fake walls and stuff like that. Like just do that.
Dump it in. There we go. Yeah.
And it's just like, whereas like Hollow Knight likes Dark Souls, right? They love Dark Souls, but like, I know you don't like Hollow Knight very much, but they still like took their own angle on it.
Yeah. It sounds like the people that made this didn't make it because they loved Dark Souls, they loved Souls games. They made it because they thought, oh, Souls games sell. Like that. It was
or
more
something like that, or like
something like that. Yeah,
there was like
that might be assuming too much. That might be a little mean. I don't know. I might be ascribing.
No, I get why you would say that though. That is like sort of the vibe. Like, yeah. It's just like so much about it is like I can tell like the art is genuinely good. For the most part, like it looks very much like Blasphemous, but like they do different things. Like the environments are layered pixel art, which I think is really pretty. Whenever a game does that, like when you go into the city, it feels huge because there's like 4 layers of buildings in the background that like sort of overlap with each other as you move. And that looks really nice. But it's just like the type of thing where it's like, I don't know if you liked making this game or if it just ended up like an obligation or something. Which is disappointing because I was pretty interested in it because I like Bloodborne. I like Metroidvanias quite a bit, and I was like, all right, let's go. Why not? Most of the Souls-like inspired Metroidvanias, like Hollow Knight, I've liked, and I was like, I do like the combat in this, but especially the Switch version, it's just like, what's going on? There's a snow area where it snows.
Oh, God.
And you can picture the frame rate probably. It's just like, you don't expect a pixel art game to chug,
Yeah.
Like that's what really got me, I think, more than anything. Like going between that and then going to go play a fucking the Mario RPG, I was just like, what's going on?
What's a game that's a Metroidvania that has good combat? The Toho Luna Knights.
It's a great game. We have that in they announced that, didn't they? A new game that they're working on.
Yes. Yeah, and it's an original IP. So
yeah,
I'm happy for them that they're doing original IPs, but also
they were kind of crushing it.
Selfishly, I really like when they do stuff with other people's IPs. They do cool stuff with that. So
time for the Frieren Metroidvania. The Dungeon Meshy Metroidvania.
Yeah, though actually. Oh, yeah. You're saying some shit, Rose. Keep talking.
Well, listen, they just made that fucking Intercreates just made that Yohane game, right? The Love Live one. Like, fuck it. Why not?
I should try that. I bet I would actually really like that game.
It seems cute. It seems a little easy, but from what I've seen of it, but I don't mind that necessarily as long as it's fun.
Yeah.
It's not like Luna Knights is crazy hard,
When I get that physical copy of Luna Knights, I'm going to play through it again.
I saw it on my Switch when I was looking through it, and I almost went back in. I need to finish Lodos War, actually. I never finished it.
I also have not finished Lodos War. I have that physically on Switch, so there's a good reason
I really
to play
liked it. I feel like I just got distracted every single time.
I definitely did not like it as much as Luna Knights.
Well, sure. I mean, Luna Knights immediately has the music and everything, like, popping off.
It was it was more just I feel like Luna Nights was just a slightly more polished. Like
Sure,
it's a very exact game.
I would almost
in
say,
my opinion.
I would almost say that Lodos War is more polished to its detriment. Is almost how I felt.
Sure.
Like streamlined might be the better word to use. Almost.
Yeah, streamlined. Yes,
more
yes.
deliberate.
And yeah, I am someone who likes Metal Gear Solid 1 the best, even though I know that 3 is the better game. It's just like I like a streamlined experience sometimes, but also I can appreciate it. I will go back to Lodos War because I'm gonna get that box like next month, so I'll play through all of Lodos War and then I'll revisit Luna Nights and then I'll be like, okay, here I got them both fresh in my mind. There you go, and then hopefully that other game will come out not too long after that, and I'll have my Game of the Year 2024 all squared away. I won't have to think about it. No. If I can drag myself away from my Analogue Pocket, Rose,
I've seen you.
So happy.
I've seen you with your Analog. I've seen a lot of people happy about their Analog Pocket recently.
I'm holding it in my hands right now. I'm cradling it like an infant. Like I love this thing so fucking much. You have no idea. This is the perfect thing for the sicko like me. I was talking to some people at work about it because I'm super into it, and people know I love games. They know that I write for a game site, so they'll be like, what's the cool stuff going on? And I gotta tell them, like, I'm not paying attention to new games right now. I'm playing 30-year-old games on a fucking $300 Game Boy, and I love it to death. And I have to explain to them why it's worth it. And, once I explain it, they understand, which is nice. So that way they're not just like, you're fucking crazy spending that kind of money on something like that. Especially because I have a working SP right over there. I can play these games for the most part, just fine. But it's the fact that I can do multiple things. It's the fact that I have the cartridge slot and I have my SD card. I finally got my SD card. And I've loaded some stuff on there, and oh boy, I got some cool stuff on there already. I have been trying to dig into stuff that I would not be able to play even if I had the cart. There's super expensive games, that I can get the ROMs for that I'm probably never going to physically own. But there's always a chance, who knows? Mm-hmm. One day I'll walk into a fucking a Goodwill and they'll have a copy of Ninja 5.0 for $25. Who fucking knows? But I'm not going to be able to play Pokemon ROM hacks off of a cart, at least not in any reasonable way. Maybe if I buy it off of Etsy or whatever. But point is, I've been downloading some Pokemon ROM hacks. The two that I've been focused on are Crystal Clear, which is a streamlined version of Pokemon Crystal, for those of you who do not know, where you can actually choose where your starting town is, and there's just a bunch of other customizable things, like you can pick different player sprites, and there's a bunch of different starters that you could choose from, and there's more Pokemon in the wild that you can get, but it is very much just that Gen 2 experience, just better. So that's cool. But then I've also been messing around with Pokemon Prism, which I am really, really liking. I had tried it previously when I was playing it on my 3DS, and I feel like I kind of bounced off of it, but I don't know, playing it on my Analogue Pocket, maybe it's just that form factor. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm playing a Gen 2-ass game on a console that looks like a Game Boy Color. Maybe it just hits different. I don't know.
When I played it on my Vita with the OLED screen, I honestly was a big fan of it myself, because I struggled to play it when I was trying to play it in an emulator. Mm-hmm. And then when I was able to play it with that nice form factor feeling good in your hands, it felt a lot better.
Exactly. And I do like it, though. I do like it so far. I know that it's not 100% done. They haven't hit 1.0 yet, even though it's like a 6-7-year-old ROM hack or whatever the fuck. but it's cool. It's a new region. I haven't really run too much into the story so far. It's kind of funny though that like you start the game and you're just like out camping with your mom, and then you like wander into a cave, and then you just start having a Pokemon journey. like your mom's probably just like, where the fuck are you? What's going on?
You like fall in the damn mine shaft, right? Isn't that what happens? Or
yeah, something like that. You find your Larvitar, and there's all that stuff. But yeah, I'm just wondering. I'm just waiting for the point where I go find my mom again. She's gonna be like, "What the fuck? Hello? It's been 3 months. What's going on? Oh, you have all the badges now. Okay." I did check and see that there are 20 badges. I was very shocked when I saw that. I was like, "What the fuck is going on, dude?
They're cooking.
Holy shit!" They are cooking. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not crazy far. My Pokemon are like just hitting level 20. And I do need to change my team for sure because they are like all weak to grass and water. The second gym is grass, and I had some difficulty with it. Like I have a Quilava, but one Pokemon does not a team make, especially in this game, which like so is something that I'm really happy about because I want to do something about Pokemon ROM hacks. I don't know if I'll do video or just write about it. I gotta figure it out. But something that I am very happy with Prism about is that they understand that Pokemon can be more challenging, but it doesn't have to be just beating the shit out of you. Like, how dare you play this children's game? You need to play a grown-up game, which you have to fucking, like, EV train perfectly and have perfect IVs to fight every single trainer. Like, I'm going through here and I'm winning consistently, but I'm having to think. I'm not just sitting there being like, okay, I can just hit the super effective move. Like, no, I have to actually, like, plot out my moves, and I'm gonna have to like throw some growls and some hardens and, you know, like status moves out there pretty consistently, or else I'm not gonna win. Like, that's cool. They have found the right balance. Like, it is the first time I've experienced a Pokemon ROM hack, and you know, maybe there are other Pokemon ROM hacks that do this. You'd have to tell me, but this is the first Pokemon ROM hack where I feel like they have made a more difficult Pokemon game, but they haven't made it something that it is overbearing and just, you know, trying too hard. It doesn't feel like fucking Pokemon Coliseum. It is just a good game, and I highly respect that. Like, that definitely had to have taken fucking ages to figure out, basically. Like,
I remember that you probably aren't there yet then. For some reason, early on in that game, so probably pretty soon for you, I know you go on the damn train.
I have not gone on the train yet.
I remember being like, all right, they're trying some fun ideas. I like this a lot. They kind of do a Pokemon Tower-esque sequence. That's really fun.
Okay, I'm excited. Okay.
Yeah. I love when they're cooking with those ROM hacks, because a lot of the times you end up with stuff like I like these still, like the Rogue Platinum or whatever, and or not Rogue Platinum, Renegade Platinum, that's what it's called, and there's an Emerald, not an Emerald one, the Blaze Black, those type ones, but it's just like fundamentally they are still just making the game like crazy hard, and it's like
yeah,
sometimes. So it's fun to see like them actually experiment and make their own tile sets and stuff.
Yeah. And I will also shout out itch.io. There's actually a good amount of like new Game Boy games on there. Like, people just make new Game Boy games, which I think is becoming a lot easier now because there are like dev tools and stuff on the Pocket. So people are just releasing, you know, Game Boy ROMs on itch. Like, I downloaded this game called Tobu Tobu Girl, which is a like, I'm trying to oh my god, what's the game called? We have it at the arcade. It's basically like Doodle Jump. It's very similar to Doodle Jump, except you have extra jumps, and so you're basically just like trying to bounce on top of enemies. And so if you hit them from underneath, you die. But you can jump on top of them, and you can bounce up, and then you also have 3 like dashes, and that resets once you bounce off of another enemy. And I think it's pretty fun, and it's cute. It's got cute art and good music. It's very simple, but it's effective. And there's also like another thing you can do where it's like, oh hey, you can also like press down and stomp on an enemy, and you'll bounce off of it, but then that enemy goes away. So you have to kind of plot like, okay, am I 100% sure that I won't have to like bounce off of that same enemy again, or else I'll die. Yeah, it's the fact that like I can play stuff like that on legit feeling hardware. Like, it's so cool. It's super cool. Like obviously, you could do that with like with an actual like Game Boy, and like they have the fucking flashcards and all that. But I like this. I like this. This is a good way to do it for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's great that they made this, just if not just specifically for you, because like other games aside, like with the ROM hacks, it's like you've always talked about how like it always feels fake, and I've sort of been with you of like it feels fake, but that definitely helps like bridge that divide almost, I feel like.
Yes. And I have bought so many of these fucking cartridges, I can use them. I can just put them in and they work. I just have Donkey Kong. I have Donkey Kong 94 in my Analogue Pocket whenever I want. You want to play a Donkey Kong 94? I can hand this to you. You can play some. I played all the way through Ham Hams Unite. You know what? That game is okay. It's not amazing. It is okay. It's cute, but a lot of that game is just using every possible move on all the different words on all the different hamsters, and then eventually they work. And some of them don't make any fucking sense. So probably just use a walkthrough for that one. But I finished it, so I don't have to play it again. Even though I'm pretty sure I beat it when I was a kid, and so now I played it again. And I want to play Ham Ham Heartbreak, because I remember liking that one as a kid. But my stupid ass wants to buy a cartridge of that, and I think it's expensive. Let me look up how much it is. I'm looking it up right now. Ham Ham Heartbreak is a $50 game loose, so I don't really want to spend $50 on that game. That is a little expensive. It is going down though. It was like 70 a couple months ago, which is barbaric.
We are frankly in a hellish world.
Game prices are going down though. Like it is, things are seemingly stabilizing a little bit, which is nice. I would love for them to go down even lower, but the inflation, folks. Man, if only I had bought Ninja 5.0 for $200 back before COVID. If only.
Ugh.
I keep talking about Ninja 5.0 because, that is just the most expensive GBA game. That is why. But yeah, there you go. I've just been obsessed with this thing. It is the exact perfect item for me. Like, I've been trying to tell other people, like, look, if you want to get, like, an emulation machine, they have, like, other, like, Android emulation machines that you can import. Like, they have all those, like, Chinese ones. You can get a Steam Deck. Like, there's other options. This is for sickos, pointing at myself, who have cartridges. Like, if you have a shit ton of these, yes. If you don't, hell, just download an emulator on your phone. Like you could just download that shit on your Android phone. In like a year or two, iPhones are gonna have to be fucking open for that shit. You could probably just use that. Like, there you go. That's just how it fucking is. Do you want to go through the last bits of news before we talk about your man's adventure?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. So, there was a bit of Mario news this past week, where there have been rumors for a very long time, some murmurings. There's a Wario, there's a Waluigi. Why hasn't there been a Wapeach? or I was gonna say like Weech, but I don't know. Weech maybe. Weech. Why hasn't there been a Peach that is evil? Apparently, it almost happened. It almost happened. The original creator of Waluigi, Fumihide Aoki, posted on Instagram concept art of Wapeach, or Walupichi, that was drafted up for Mario Power Tennis. And if you recall, that is the game with the legendary opening cutscene where Waluigi draws eyeballs on Luigi and calls him Mr. Eyeballs. Wapeach was going to be there. Some people have actually like watched that cutscene, and it seems pretty apparent, like looking back now, that like all the shots that Bowser is in, where Bowser is kind of like commanding Wario and Waluigi, that is probably where Wapeach was going to be. And so her whole thing was that she was going to be like a little shit, basically. She was they made her cute, but she's wearing like a latexy dress, and she's got spiked armbands, and she has an axe in one picture. And they were just kind of gonna go like, oh, she looks cute at first glance, but she's basically like, she's kind of like a gremlin-y kind of thing. Sort of like a Durango kind of thing, you know, like they're very specifically like trying to be like, you know, she's kind of like the antithesis to Peach, where like, because Peach is a bit more of like a mature cuteness, and so they were gonna have her be like, you know, like a small, like a little girl, but also mean and wanting to fuck everybody up with an axe. So it seems like Nintendo caught word of this, and it got taken down. So the Instagram posts are gone, but everyone has already seen all the pictures, and people drew a bunch of fan art, and there's people doing cosplays and all kinds of shit. So everyone loves Wapeach, and it's too fucking late. Nintendo can't hide her anymore. She is out there. She is real. And people love her. How do you feel about Wapeach, Rose?
I'm honestly neutral on her. I think it's fine. I think I can understand why it was a prototype design more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see their new take on it, for sure, in the modern era. I think they could do that. What it made me think of was how fucked up it is that they relegated Daisy to that role when she was her own woman. Like, they just sort of slotted her in as like the Wario and Waluigi. She's over there with them in a bunch of those games. And it's like, you know, she doesn't have anything to do with them. She's from the fucking 7 golden coins or whatever, right? 6 golden coins? 5 golden coins? I don't even know.
She's from original Mario Land.
Yeah. Okay.
Mario Land 1.
She's from the first one. Okay. I thought she was... Damn. So yeah, she was her own person. So it's really fucked up what happens.
But yeah, they was basically just like, she was gonna be like the bossing Wario and Waluigi around, which I think would be cute, you know?
Yeah, no, that'd be good. Fun. Yeah. But would they have made WarioWare after that? Maybe it's good for the world.
I think that WarioWare was already out by that point. Cause
the first
WarioWare... I think the first WarioWare was 2001, right?
Huh. Alright, then it probably would have been fine.
Mega Micro Games.
That bastard Waluigi never shows up in those anyway.
That was 2003, so that was the year before Power Tennis would have been out. So, I mean, you know, not like too much earlier, but yeah, I mean, yeah, WarioWare definitely feels very separate, you know? Like,
yeah.
The Wario and Wario... Okay, so here's the thing. Back then, it felt very separate, but then I saw in the new WarioWare game, some slight spoilers for WarioWare Move It, or whatever it's called. I don't remember the new one.
Shake It Out? I don't even know.
WarioWare... It is Move It. It is Move It. Apparently, one of the, like, bosses in it is the, like, plant boss from Wario Land 3?
Okay.
So,
let's fucking go.
Just, like...
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, let's do it. Like, we're doing all kinds of crazy shit. now. I'm down for it. I think also one of the characters from Rhythm Heaven shows up. I don't know if it's in this one or in one of the other games, but so they're basically being like, well, Rhythm Heaven and Wario Land and WarioWare are in the same world, basically, which means that Rhythm Heaven and Mario are in the same world, which, I think those match stylistically. I don't think that that's too crazy. I mean, I know that probably shouldn't think about it that much, but also, like, I'm not upset by the concept.
Yeah.
I can see all those characters existing in Mario world, and if they were to have fun with the RPGs again, I would love to just be like, oh hey, I'm playing a Mario RPG and one of the characters in my party is like the Rhythm Heaven girl, or like, oh hey, one of my partners in a new Mario RPG is just one of the chorus kids, something like that. That would be cute.
So what you're saying is you want our long forgotten in the past. I remember back in like 2018, you and I were like, they should make a Super Smash Brothers RPG.
That's right. They should. They should take my idea, which honestly, if any of my artistic friends want or anyone who knows programming wants to take me up on this, I have the idea to do a Pokemon ROM hack or replace all the Pokemon with Nintendo enemies. I want to do that. I want to have catchable, like a monster training, or it could be like a Mega Man Battle Network thing. That's what I was also kind of thinking, where you're using like Nintendo enemies. Like I want to have a party where it's like, oh, I got like a Redead and a Koopa Troopa and a fucking Eggplant Wizard, like that would be fun, I think. Like a Dragon Quest Monsters kind of thing. I want to do that.
Yeah.
I can write it.
I respect your vision.
Mm-hmm.
I just want playing the Mario RPG recently has really had me be like, they need to be more fun at Nintendo.
They're
not
need
fun
to have
enough.
more fun. Yes.
Everyone acts like they're the fun guys, and they are not. They make fun games. Don't get me wrong. But they are very, especially in recent times, last 10 years, I would say, they're very restrictive. Mm-hmm. I don't even think it's a particularly good game, but the thing that I always call to mind when I think of like Nintendo having fun, as it were, to an extent, is like shit like Four Swords Adventures being made. Like, fuck it. Whatever. We just had an idea for this stupid 4-player game that uses the Game Boy Link adapter. Like, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now we get everybody 1-2 switch or whatever.
Nintendo needs to be backed into a corner a little bit, is what you're saying.
Yes, like, absolutely.
That's the thing, is I completely agree. Like, they make some of their coolest stuff after a flop. Like, the Switch has a lot of problems, but it was pretty good overall, and I don't think it would be as good if it wasn't after the Wii U. And, the GameCube wasn't super, super successful, but it's fucking good, and I don't think it would be as good if it wasn't after the N64, which, again, like, I think the N64 has, like, a handful of good games. Like, it has all the classics, but so much of that library is dog shit, and so the GameCube is just good. And so, oh my god, video game consoles, I could just keep going. Okay. Rose, tell me about this Destiny stuff.
Yeah, so this is just a little thing. There's been a bunch of stuff with Destiny recently that's definitely been talked about on this podcast, the layoffs and delays, etc. They finally officially announced that delay for that expansion this week, by the way, for some godforsaken reason. I do not know why they put it off, considering everyone knew about it when they did the layoffs, but sure, whatever. So recently they put out a DLC pack that cost $15 on Steam. That's called like the starter bundle, and it's like, yeah, buy this when you're starting the game. It's for a great start. And it gives you like shit that you get within like the first 2 hours of playing the game. Like straight up. Like it gives you like the amount of money you would get from doing the starting missions. Like it gives you a bunch of guns that you can just go to a machine and buy manually very easily. So it was just basically made to like exploit people starting the game, right? Which falls in line with, recent things we've heard of. They are not making a lot of money right now compared to what they thought they would make. But which also, like, who knows what that means, right? We don't know what that means. We don't know whether it actually means they weren't making the amount of money they should be making, or if they weren't making the insane growth over year that they expect from, doing shit like this. But yeah, that they made that, and everyone was immediately like, "This is like fucked." Honestly, like, this is super fucked to do because it's just tricking like new players who don't know any better into thinking they're getting something. So they immediately removed it, but their wording for it was like, "We understand that not everybody enjoyed this." And it was just like, why did you say that? Like, we'll do a better one or something like that. And it's just like, man, this sucks. It's like crazy seeing the heel turn on like Bungie. I just remember before the acquisition, before the Sony acquisition of Bungie and the independence of Bungie. I guess it's before the independence of Bungie in like 2020, 2019. I can't remember when that was, but whenever that happened and everyone was like, "Oh, thank God they're free from Activision. Now things will get a little better." And then it was like, it started getting worse. And then they got bought by Sony and it got even worse than that. And it's just like, it's sad seeing what's happened to Bungie, I think, more than anything. Like, it's just depressing. And I know everyone else has talked about all that stuff, probably, of like, people coming out and being like, "Hey, like, well, since they're going to fire people from Bungie, like, I'm just going to talk about like all the shit with Bungie." I do not know. I'm sure that the Destiny people will keep playing forever because they seem to just be like trapped in that game for some reason. Like, it feels like WoW players in the same way, where it's just like they hate the game but they're just staying there, But I don't know how they like recover from this, from like I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they're doing anything. I don't know like what their plan is for like Sony. Like, because they're kind of the shepherds of like all of Sony's like 12 live service games they have in development. And it's like, do you really trust them? Does any, like, how would they, if they can't make Destiny work, like, how are they going to make like a fucking Horizon Zero Dawn multiplayer game work,
They sure aren't.
No. It's just like, it's really grim. It's just grim. I every day I yearn for, as insane as it sounds, I yearn for them to go back to just making Halo games. The timeline split where they just kept making Halo games instead. AAA video games, man. Dire place.
Yeah. No, it's even more dire. Warner Brothers.
Hey, that's for sure. Which Looney Tune did they kill on air this week?
I'm not sure, but they did kill a bunch of people's PlayStation purchases because a bunch of TV series that was owned by Discovery Channel, or that aired on Discovery Channel, that Warner Brothers now owns, they are getting pulled from PlayStation users' libraries, even if you bought them. Like, not even just rentals, it's just purchases. They're being pulled. Over 100 different series. They are claiming that it is 1,317 seasons of shows that are being stripped away. Yeah, this is not a Sony call. It is just Warner Brothers coming out and being like, "Hey, we're taking it out." And we were talking about this previously before the show. Like, I don't understand where the tax break money that they're trying to do equates to more than just selling these things. Like, where are they making more money off of this? Like, I don't get it. It's so baffling. Like, you said it's like they're doing it on purpose. They're just purposefully tanking the company because they hate it.
Like that, how else can you read it, right? Like, I know that's not what it is, obviously, probably, but like, it's just like, there's always been that thing that Redditors and people like that love to say, where they say like, capitalism's all about making the most money, type stuff. Of course, the company's going to want to make the most money, and it's like, this is like the premium example of like, how is this making the most money? I would love to know.
Yeah, I can't even grasp how it is. Like, I would love for someone to write it out.
I've seen people, like, explain that they're the tax things, and I've seen people explain, like, whatever, if you do a write-off, if you write this off, then that means it doesn't... But it's like, it seems more than anything, from my reading, I could be completely wrong on this, so don't trust me 100%, but from the limited reading I've done on this subject, it seems like it's more for lying to shareholders and like doing year-end like bonuses for CEOs and stuff like that, because if you write things off, it just increases the amount that the CEOs get at the end of the year and the executives, like when they do stuff like this, because they cancel it out and then they write it off as a loss and stuff like that. So then they just get more money from their year-end bonuses because it doesn't count against their profits or something like that. It's insane. Either way.
Yeah. I can't say the words that I want to say on the podcast. So, yeah, it's fucking horrible. And I do hope the government steps in. Like, legitimately, I do. Like...
I obviously
this government is not stepping in on a lot of things that it should be stepping in on, but at the very least, I would love for art to stop being trampled upon like this for, like very small amount of gain. Like it's fucking baffling. I do not get it.
My thing is, it's just like, I know there's a million reasons for this. I'm not, this is mostly a rhetorical, but it's just like astounding to me that like we had something like the Microsoft breakup in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
That would never happen ever again. That will never happen ever again. I do not believe that will ever happen ever again. Like, it's just astounding to think that like we have, allegedly have an FTC and stuff like that, like,
mm-hmm.
It's completely just there. Just there.
Yeah, the FTC is gonna step in and trample on sex workers' livelihoods, but all these.
But there can be 3 megacorps.
Yeah, what's going on, y'all?
I would love regulation. I think about it all the time. It's like, obviously we have more lofty ambitions, let's say, for a structural reform, but I would also accept literally any regulation of any kind.
Yes, anything, please. That is why we have these institutions to regulate. Please. Rose, we are almost 2 hours into this.
Yeah, I'm not going to be long. Don't worry.
Tell me what's going on with Mr. Wake.
Alan Wake 2 is so good, John. It was so good. I was blown away by how good it was. They really did everything I wanted, I think, and even more. The only thing that I was sad about is they did not have Barry Wheeler in the game. But they even knew, because there's a sequence near the end where everyone's cheering on Alan for his new book, Return. And an NPC yells, "Where's the love for Barry?" So I think they know. Yeah, it's so good. It's just such a good game. The combat is mostly vestigial at this point, which is a little sad to me. That's like my only downside for this game, is that I really like the combat of Alan Wake 1. I thought it was just really novel and fun. And especially in that era where every third-person shooter was Gears of War, It was like, cool. Like, we're still fooling around with some Max Payne shit. This is a lot more like not quite Resident Evil 4, but, like that style of survival horror gameplay of like, attacks are weighty and deliberate and like seeing an enemy is scary, you should probably just run away type stuff. But like all of their other gameplay ideas, stuff like you haven't played this yet, right? You haven't.
Not yet.
Touch it. Okay. So it's separated.
I think I will soon. I feel like I need to.
Good.
Especially for Game of the Year and stuff.
I need you to see Herald of Darkness so bad.
Of course.
It's beautiful. The whole thing's separated into those two halves of the game. Like you play as Alan or Saga. You get to basically decide how much of each you want to do up to a point. Before they combine into one. And the Saga parts are cool because it's just like, classic Alan Wake running through the woods, doing things in small town weirdness, solving puzzles and stuff like that. And then the Alan segments are just these really cool, just like atmospheric puzzle sequences where you like just go around and you just constantly change the environment around you by editing your plot board and like being like, all right, yeah, here's where the murder cult was. And then you're like, oh, well, this isn't what I wanted, actually. This room isn't the perfect layout I want. Actually, this is where they summoned the demon or something like that. So then it changes into like an altar room, like stuff like that it's so good. And you played Control, right? Or no?
Yes.
You did? Okay. So like the super good overlaid FMV stuff they were doing in Control, where it was just overlaid over the screen. They do that all the time in this, and it's better even. Like Alan has these parts where he changes the room layout or whatever, and he only does it to get information by like what he'll do is he'll set up the room and then he'll look around the room and like look in a certain spot, and then it will just go boom, and then fucking Sam Lake will walk out dressed like Max Payne and just start doing a Max Payne monologue in the FMV overlay, like looking around. And it's like, this is what it's all about. This is fucking gaming. Mm-hmm. And then the Saga has this really fun thing where she can like psychically interview people in her like detective boardroom. So what she does is she sits down at a table and then goes like, what question would I ask this person? And then it just like cracks lightning, and then it flashes like an FMV of that person behind her while she's just sitting at the table. And they just like, say the thing, say like slightly mysterious, like, oh, I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that, or whatever type stuff. And then she like infers from that stuff. It's just like, they just made such a cool game. Everything about it just feels cool. Everything's super straightforward. It doesn't feel like it's, you know how like Control is really good, but there's like the boss fights aren't great, and like there's like a couple parts where you're just sort of like wandering around or like dealing with the stupid loot stuff. There's like barely any of that in this at all, if none. Like they just cut it down and just distilled exactly what they want you to do and see. There's like a little bit of at the opening where you can just sort of wander in the woods for a bit if you want, and that's like deceptive for what the rest of the game is like. Like that's like the only part that's really like that. The rest of it's mostly just like, you go to the places, you do the story. They fool around with the manuscript a lot more. The manuscript delivery is way better in this one because you pick up the manuscript page and then you can go into the other room that, you press a button and you just go into another room instantly. And you read them at a desk. And what it does is it cuts to a video of Alan's writer's room that he's stuck in. And it just like has him narrate the manuscript page and just do like cuts to different parts of the room for like certain line deliveries and stuff like that. It's just so sick. It's really good. I love how much they love making that game. You can tell. Like, whereas I just told you, like, I didn't know how much the Last Faith people liked making their game. This is the exact opposite. Like, just, you can tell they loved making it every step of the way. Just, all the performances. Fucking Audie is there from Control.
Hell yes.
And he is killing it, John. He is killing it.
Yes.
Do you remember Thomas Zane from the first game, The Diver?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
It was a long time ago.
One of the reasons why I haven't played it yet is because I'm probably gonna try to run through the first game before I do it.
You could. They do have a very good recap, though, I will say.
Okay.
But you could just also play it. It's not that hard. You could watch the Fortnite retrospective.
I could. Yeah,
I watched that. It wasn't that bad, honestly. It was weird, but it was certainly a recap. Well, so Thomas Dane is like a diver in the first game who's like already in the dark place, and he like talks with Alan and tries to help him do stuff across the game. He's like in a diver suit floating. He's in this game for a little bit in the FMV sequences, and it is such a high level idea they have with him. Let me tell you, it is because Alan. So Sam Lake in this game, Sam Lake, the Remedy man, who is the face of Max Payne. He's in this game as Max Payne, basically, voiced by Max Payne.
God bless.
He's Saga's partner, and Alan Wake is a Finnish actor who is voiced by the guy who plays Dr. Darling in Control, because he just dubs him. Yeah. They go like even higher level than those two examples I just gave you for Thomas Dane. It's like insane. I love how much fun they had with that game. All of the like environments are super cool. Like all of the like just seamless loading for stuff. Like they do a lot of stuff of like, when you're in the dark places, Alan, they just have like nightmare environments where like everything's like twisting into itself and stuff like that. It looks like New York City. But it's like when you go in a hotel, for example, you'll like go in a room and then you'll go into the closet of that room, and then that just goes to a new floor, and then you go to another door, and then it just keeps going through an endless set of rooms and stuff like that. Like they just have a lot of fun with like making these cool environments, but they never make it annoying, really. Because you just sort of, what you're supposed to do. Yeah, I just loved it. I loved it so much. I cannot wait to see Control 2. I can't wait for the New Game Plus and Hard Mode are coming out in like a couple weeks. And that's going to have an alternative narrative experience. Very excited to see whatever the hell that is. But there's that, and then there's 2 DLCs. Yeah, sorry for gushing. I just loved this. It was so good. The one of the biggest things was the original Alan Wake had a bunch of licensed music for like every chapter ended, and it did like episode end or whatever, because they were like doing like a TV show almost. And then in this game, instead they got a couple of those licensed people back, but they just commissioned songs from them. So it's a bunch of songs that are like made specifically for Alan Wake 2. So they like fit the story beats and stuff like that. Like they made a damn song called Night Springs, the fake Twilight Zone. And it's a banger. It's just a really good game. I really recommend it. It really reinvigorated. I just said fucking AAA games, right? But like this is like the definition of like how you can actually do one that's cool. Like actually try to make something. Because the tech's crazy impressive too. I'm not usually like blown away by that stuff, but it's when you see like the stuff they do with the FMV in that game, it's like unreal.
Rock on.
Yeah, it's super cool. Yeah.
I'm definitely excited to get into it for sure.
I hope you like it. I think it's
I'm sure I will.
Yeah, it's just I think the quirkiness will especially appeal to you. They really went all out on the NPCs this time. I think just walking around town, people just say shit.
Rock on. All right. Well, yeah, that should do it for the most part. I mean, we have a question. We can hit that, but otherwise, is there anything that you want to run through before we wrap this up?
No, that's totally fine. That's
all right.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just double check and make sure we didn't get any more. We did not. Okay. So yeah, if you want to send in a question, it is gamesline.tumblr.com/ask. You'll sound like this anonymous question asker who asks, what classic fairy tale, aside from Pinocchio, do you think should get a Souls-like? Well, I mean, we do have an idea for one of them, but I don't think we will spoil it because it's, you know. But what else? What else should have a Souls-like?
I was trying to think. Honestly, Little Mermaid.
I was thinking that too, honestly.
I was thinking, like, couldn't they make it, like, post she got her legs? And then, like...
She's silent?
Yeah.
She's got to get her voice back.
And she has to get her voice back, and she gets her voice back. And they could do that. They could do that earlier in the game, even, than the ending. They could do that a little earlier, and then mix up the gameplay a little.
Yeah.
And I also think, just imagine that environment. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Might be a little easy, but other than Little Mermaid, the first thing I thought of was Jack and the Beanstalk.
I like that. Okay. I do
Yeah.
like that. He's stuck in the Kingdom of Giants. He has to find the Beanstalk home.
Yeah, there could be, like, I don't think every fight would be against a giant, but it would be cool to have, like, a Souls-like thing where you're fighting, like, normal enemies, but then the bosses are, like, Shadow of the Colossus fights. That could be cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, fuck. You know what?
Yeah?
Three Little Pigs.
All right, yeah. Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Where you have your three different, like, builds. You got the sticks, the straw, and the brick. You could swap between them, and you're just beating the fuck out of some wolves. They're huffing and puffing and trying to blow you down, and your poise is just too good. You're not going to fall over.
It has a base building minigame, innovating in the genre.
Yes. Like, you got Fortnite building. You do Fortnite building. You're just like, making a gigantic fucking tower.
My brain just instantly, like, manifested the pig fucking flying through the air, like, with the house materializing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
oh,
and the wolf just like trying, like trudging at you like a Dark Souls character.
I really like this,
movement.
John. I think NeoWiz needs to call you up. I think they need to pull you in for. I don't even know what to call it.
It would. Yeah, I don't know. It would just be called like pigs. Like pigs. Yeah. You know how there's always a. You know how there's always a like a boss fight in a Souls game where it's like, oh, it's just like another dude who's like on the same power level as you? It would be the three Billy Goats Gruff. You'd have to fight them.
I just like with Pinocchio, me loving like all the people posting about Pinocchio, I would love to see the post on the Twitter like, fucking bullshit. This fucking goats. God damn it.
They're so gruff. Ugh, fuck.
I'm just like, I get it. He has to be the big bad wolf, but come on.
Dude, oh, fuck. Like, listen, I am so sick and tired. I know, like, he's got a lot of rolling moves. It's so fucking frustrating. Every time he goes knick-knack, paddywhack, that old man is so fucking frustrating. And he's got the dog. As soon as he turns around, he gives the dog a bone, and that's fucking it.
I just pictured a tweet that goes, phase 1 of Humpty Dumpty was pretty easy.
Dog, when all the king's soldiers and all the king's men showed up, though,
that's the fucking phase transition. They all march in.
Yeah, they put him back together again, but they put him back together. They like put him back wrong. Yes. Yes.
They need you in the damn studio.
Yes. Yes.
When they finish that next Lies of P game, like, they literally need to call you up and be like, we need your help.
Oh my god. Like, I'm just imagining just me sitting in a corner and just being like, I the next level. What you need to do is you need to have a cottage, and the character walks in, the pig walks in, and he sees 3 bowls of porridge. And depending on which one you eat, that's the next
boss you fight.
Which boss? Yeah, that's which boss you fight.
There's an illusory bed upstairs that if you lay on,
you fall asleep.
It takes you to another level.
It takes you to the like dream bears. There's like these like big like ghostly
night bear, like spelled God, like nightmare.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
This shit is great. I would play these games. I would play these games easily. Better timeline, better world.
Better world. Absolutely. Oh shit. Oh my god. I keep getting ideas. What if there was one where it's the trials of when Froggy went a courting and he's gotta go meet up with Miss Mouse and there's all these trials in the way.
See, like, I feel like I love these approaches that we've had because it's just like the normal Alice in Wonderland, you know? Like, yeah.
I mean, he did ride, though, is the thing. Yeah. Like, you could ride like a vehicle. They got vehicles now, you know?
Yeah.
Get the Bloodborne cart person in there. Get them to make some vehicles. For Froggies going to courting. I need to stop because I can.
You could just keep going.
I will keep going. Yeah, I don't like. Oh my god!
I'm just imagining a trail of Dark Souls messages for Hansel and Gretel. Just like.
I mean, the thing is that seems like one they would actually do. Like,
that's true.
Like
yeah, that's too real.
But. The heartbreaking boss fight, like the fucking Gwyn tier boss fight between the ant and the grasshopper. The ant is just like, you should have worked harder, grasshopper, and the grasshopper, he's all emaciated because he didn't have any food for the winter, and he's just like, I will take your food, ant. This is all I have left, and he's like using all of his magic power. Oh my god.
Sad piano track that everyone's like, I've never cried in a game before, but when I saw his antennae whimper for the last time,
it would be violin because it would be like his legs
together.
My
god,
for the final time, because you
just hear crickets the entire, like, you hear the cricket noise like the whole time, like in the background, and then when he dies it stops.
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm just saying, you know, I know that the Embracer Group's not doing too hot now. If anyone else wants to invest in us, we got some ideas.
On. I could do this all night. I could fucking.
This stuff's in the public domain. You don't have to pay a licensing fee. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Fucking.
You're just paying me. I don't charge too much. Honestly. You get me a burger. I'll probably give you at least one or two ideas. Like, there you go. I'd be fine with that. But it's gotta be a nice one. I don't want, like,
Humpty Dumpty's not coming cheap.
No, you gotta get me, like, at least you gotta at least get me in and out. Like, I'm like, I don't fuck around. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah. All right. They're still coming to me, so I have to stop now. Thank you so much for listening. Oh my god, there's so many fucking fables. Aesop had so many fables. Hans Christian Andersen went off. Alright? I'm just saying.
You did?
Aesop and his fables. Alright. Thank you for listening, everybody. The website is gamesline.net. If you like what we're doing on here, if you like these concepts for Dark Souls fairy tales, you can follow us on there. You can follow us on our Twitter at the Gamesline. Follow us on Tumblr, gamesline.tumblr.com. Facebook.com/Gamesline. YouTube.com/@the and Twitch.tv/GameslineTV. If you want to give us money, I think that my Souls-like ideas are worth something. So if you want to invest in us, Patreon.com/Gamesline. If you pay $3 a month, you get our anime podcast a week early. You get our wrestling podcast in general. We have some other exclusive stuff on there. That Lies of P spoiler cast that you and Scott and Spencer and Lorelai did?
Maverick,
not Lorelai, I'm sorry. That is on Patreon exclusively, so you have to pay $3 to get that. $3 though, that's it. And you get it. So think about that. That's $3 a month. That's what? That's not even like a coffee. Coffee's expensive now. We're giving you something super cheap. You know? I don't know. We haven't done inflation yet. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about what I said. Monetary inflation has not been implemented on our Patreon yet. I didn't think about what I said. I'm sorry. Discord is thegamezone.zone. Type that into your web browser. Come hang out with us. We're talking about stuff sometimes. It's a blast. And thank you to Melt Channel / Magic Circuit for our theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. If you want to listen to more of their stuff, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com or magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. Rose, where can people find you?
Over on twitter.com. Horngal, HORNGAL. That's about it, yeah.
And I'm at JOHN_MICHONSKI on Tumblr. Not Tumblr. Twitter. Thank you so much for listening, and we will be back next week, hopefully, with another episode of the Gamesline podcast. Thank you so much.